Hello, my name is Brenda Hooker and this is my vulnerable populations chart. Vulnerable populations have an increased risk for adverse health outcomes and are more likely to develop health problems as a result of exposure to risk factors. These risk factors may be poverty, homelessness, rural and migrant health, infectious diseases, violence, addiction, and mental illness. Poverty. Those in poverty are considered vulnerable due to the possible lack of health insurance. People in poverty tend to have chronic illnesses, and children are more likely at risk of becoming ill and dying. Poverty can eventually lead to homelessness. Homelessness. Homeless people are considered vulnerable because access of healthcare may be limited or not available at all. This group is also frequently associated with drug and alcohol abuse. They tend to have chronic and infectious diseases such as TB, HIV, and AIDS. Infectious diseases. This relates to vulnerability in the sense that infected individuals can affect others, and it often leads to other health problems. It can also be related to homeless people because of the drug addiction issues. Violence. Violence makes victims vulnerable due to the effects of the abuse, and the injuries can cost money to take care of and can deteriorate health. Violence can have a profound effect on the mind of the victim and sometimes cause PTSD. Addiction. This relates to vulnerability in that it can increase the spread of infectious diseases such as hepatitis, HIV, and AIDS. It can also lead to mental illnesses, violence, and homelessness. Mental illness can be related to other vulnerability risk factors such as homelessness, poverty, addiction, violence, and even rural and migrant health because people cannot take care of themselves. Rural health. This is likely because rural Americans do not have an employer-provided healthcare coverage, and they are less likely to seek help or doctors. Migrants. Immigrants have been identified as a vulnerable population because of the inadequate or non-existent health care that they receive. And those are my 8 factors. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video.